Alright, so we should be live on, hang on a second. Let's see if we're live. Yep, okay. Yep, okay, we are. Alright guys, we should be live on Facebook and YouTube. Bit of a late one today, so I hope everyone's having a good day. Testing 1 2 3. I think you can hear me. Yes, you should be able to hear me. All right. Just go to Facebook and see if yeah, we are live. Yeah, we should be live. Let's just see if it's coming up. Yeah, it's got some people watching. All right, guys. So yeah, I was watching my buddy Sean his live stream, and I was like, you know, this looks like a scam. So I was like, what is this thing? I've never heard about it, and let's just go to this. So yeah, I'm watching Sean Logan's live stream, and he's talking about some Vista network kind of thing, right? Which is this thing here. So I'm taking a look at it, and I'm thinking, what are these guys trying to sell? All right, what are these guys trying to sell? And this is the subject of my live stream today. So many scams online, how to easily avoid them. Good morning, Felicia. Yeah, how to easily avoid them. Well, it's really easy to avoid them because, I mean, for me, it's easy to avoid them because you can pop the, I mean, like, I'm not saying that this is a scam, but it just, if there's any questions at all, I would just avoid them. You know, that's basically, you know, if you're going to go by that rule, you know, that's what I would do. Just, hey, Tony, that's what I would do. If it's just questionable, if it just sounds dodgy, if it just sounds iffy, just avoid it. Simple. Don't put your money in it. If you don't know who's behind it, don't put your money in it. I mean, look at BitConnect, right? BitConnect was like no white paper. There was no trace of the trading bot. There was nothing about the people who own the company, and something like $3 billion were poured into it. So it just goes to show that, you know, there are gullible people out there, or maybe they're not just gullible, they just know that it's a scam, but they just want to make money. They don't care. I think it's more the latter than the people that think, oh, you know, it could be a scam, I'll just gamble. I think it's more the latter. I think just people they just know it's a scam, or it could potentially be a scam. So let's just gamble and, you know, throw some money at it and then just see whether, you know, if it works out. Hey, I get some affiliates on board, sign them up, get the affiliate commission. So what these clowns here, I say clowns because I really think this is a clown show. Really, this is a clown show because they're really looking for gullible people to buy into this. And again, this is just my opinion. You know, I could be wrong, but this just screams just like, you know, hello, all the dumbasses, jump on board this. Because seriously, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell this Vista mini miner, right? And they're basically saying it's like a miner. Look at this price, introductory offer of $14.95, right? But yet they can't give me any stats, right? They can't give me single stats on it. You want to pay $1,400, nearly $1,500, right? But give me some stats. Like, show me what it can do. I'm not going to buy shit until I find out, you know, what's the hash rate of this thing putting out, what's the power that it needs. If I'm mining Bitcoin or Litecoin or Dash or Monero, whatever, right? Whatever this thing mines, does it do multiple crypto at the same time? I want to know the stats. Because if you can show me some stats, then, you know, I can work out roughly my ROI. But these clowns here, and they're probably just looking to, you know, sucker in gullible people because, you know, when you go out and you buy like a Ford Mondeo, right? You know, it's got like maybe a 2-liter engine. It's 16 valves. You know that a tank of juice will probably get you to, I don't know, 400 or 500 kilometers an hour. 500 kilometers. I don't know. I'm just guesstimating, but the manufacturer has got the specifications, right? So this is how this is this is why they sell cars. This is why they sell Lamborghinis. This is why they sell Ferraris. This is why they sell Hondas. You know, when you buy a particular car, it's got the specs. Okay, here's the engine size. Here's the capacity. This is how fast it can go, up to 220 kilometers an hour. This is the weight. This is the all the specs on the actual on the actual thing that you're buying. So then you know that you can compare it. Okay, I know I'm going to pay 300-400 grand for a Lambo, but I can get up to 300 kilometers an hour. If I go and buy a Honda, it might cost me 20 grand, but it's it's not as fast. Blah blah blah. Right. So these clowns here, they're selling you this Vista mini miner, and judging from what it is, it looks like a Raspberry Pi. It looks like some sort of gimmicky kind of miner kind of thing, right? And because they won't disclose they won't disclose actual specifications, right? Just like you go and buy in a car, you want to know the specifications. So just that is the red flag, all right? They're selling you this thing. They want you to pay introductory offer of $1,499, and then they won't even give you specs on what it can do. So that's a red flag by itself. The fact that it's a MLM type of recruiting binary bullshit, there's another red flag. So, what are these clowns trying to do? Are they they're a multi-currency global exchange? They're building an exchange, or they have an exchange. They're trying to do like a Vista coin, so they're trying to pump their useless, coin, which is this Vista coin, right? And they're trying to compare it. See how they've got Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're trying to put it next to they're trying to put it next to this, right? When all this is just, in my opinion, is just a network marketing company. They're trying to pump their coin, get suckers to buy into it. It's just nothing but a money grab, guys. Give this 6 months, it'll be gone, right? In fact, I'll report these clowns directly to the SEC right now, and I'll be saying, look, this Vista Network Technologies in the USA, all right, this is their address, and I think that this is how they're getting around it not being a security. So, they sell you this useless piece of shit machine here, right? Which hasn't even got specs, but they want you to pay $1,500 for it. When you can go and get a real, script miner, all right? Buy it from Bitmain, all right? And this is a real Bitmain mining machine. This sucker here, right? This thing's heavy. This thing's got 288 chips. It's got four boards of 72 chips each, right? And this sucker will put out 508 mega hash, all right? And I can mine Litecoin, and I can get a rough type of ROI because all the specifications are there, right? So if you go to Bitmain, you can see it. All right, these are the specifications. Here's the what they call the chip. Here's the processor. All right, all the specs are on there, just like you're buying a car. All right, it's got 288 chips. This is the specifications here. So when you buy this particular thing, here it is. There, 408 mega hash, power consumption 800 watts. That's what it'll take to power it. This is the chip, dimensions, weight, right? And then you can go to a Litecoin calculator, and you can figure out how much you're going to earn per day for this machine, right? So these guys here, they're just trying to sell you nothing but these guys are snake oil. They're snake. What is it? Snake oil. They're trying to sell you snake oil. They're just nothing but, pushing this opportunity with the binary. Get people in, get them to pay this amount of money for this machine here. And I think this is how they're getting around the SEC. Because if they were just selling you this miner, But I think where the mining comes from is from cloud mining. So they can't really sell you the contracts, but then they can say, hey, we sold you this miner. When this miner here that doesn't produce, there's no way it can produce this little tiny device. It's about as big as a smartphone. There's no way it can produce what they're saying, what they're claiming. It'd probably make you what, I don't know, 1 cent a day, 2 cents a day, not even that. All right. So what they're doing, this is how I think they're going to get around it. So, when I see this stuff, I just shake my head. Honestly, I just shake my head, and I know that this is just all smoking mirrors, and they just want people to join this bullshit, pump their coin, they can get rich, and then they can exit 6 months later. And you buy into this stuff, you're gonna be left with this little paperweight here, nothing but a little Vista Mini miner, which does nothing. And you could pick this up at Dick Smith or Tandy or any type of online store. Just go and Google Raspberry Pi. All right. So this is the thing that this is the thing that I see, and I really and this is why I'm making this kind of biased review. I guess it is biased because I see this stuff and I just shake my head. I just think, do they think that people are just stupid? That they were going to buy into this stuff? But again, 3.5 billion people bought into $1 billion went into BitConnect. So, they just want people to buy into this stuff. It's nothing but just garbage. But people will join it. People will, now the BitConnect's gone. There's all these other scams coming up. Now, whether this is a scam or not, but it just looks shady to me. This is just my personal opinion. If these people at Vista have got anything to say, they can hit me up on Facebook, and we can have a live stream or whatever, and I'll ask them all the tough questions. I'll ask them the specifications on this machine that they're claiming, and if they're so transparent about the whole program and everything that they stand for, why haven't they got the specifications of this mini piece of shit miner that's just trying to flog off for $1,500 when it does nothing? That's my question. So this guy here, he done this YouTube video, which pretty much nails it, and he was talking to the CEO, which was then he was just asking all these questions that the CEO couldn't answer. One of the, I don't know if he was his direct CEO, but he was one of the guys higher up. And then this guy, apparently in the company, he's just started, sending him foul mouth, profanic responses. So this is supposed to be a professional company. Because they know that what they're selling is just nothing but garbage, right? It's just nothing but a gimmick. So watch this video, right? Scam analysis on Vista Network. So if you talk to anyone that's in the mining, that does Bitcoin mining and it's hardcore miners, they're just gonna look at you and they're gonna, if someone came from Vista and say, hey, join this opportunity, I got, you can get XYZ return on your miner, they're just gonna laugh because they're gonna say, well, show me the specs. And these people can't even show you the specs. They can't even show you the specs. They won't show you the specs because if they did, then they would just be selling, they're not going to claim that it can do so much. Like, they're never going to claim that it can do, return. Well, you can't even say that. But if they gave the specs of this machine, then you're about to figure out, calculate, right? Just go to this website, whattomine.com, right? And punch in the details of the type of coin that you're mining, the hash rate, and it'll tell you just roughly in the ballpark figure of what you'll earn per day. All right. So all this data and all this information comes from actual miners themselves. That's how they know. So the reason why they won't tell you the hash rate of this thing, because once you know the hash rate, you're about to figure out the return on your investment. and this thing would probably be making like 2 cents a day. And then you're about to figure out that this $1,495 is nothing but a rip-off, and it'll probably take you 10 years or 15 years to get your money back. That's why they won't release the hash rate, right? So each machine, like, you know, when you buy a Honda, it's got like a 2 liter engine, right? This 2 liter engine will put out so much power. The maximum power of this 2 liter engine might be like, I don't know, 115, 120 kilowatts. All right. So now, so this actual machine, you know, like that's the maximum capacity of that machine. It can't go any faster, right? Because that's hardware. It's moving parts. It's a device. It's a thing that's been built, right? Same with this thing here. It's a device. It's something that's been built, and the maximum capacity that this thing will put out is only a certain amount. So if they published it, they would just people wouldn't buy it, right? But they're not going to publish it because they want you to buy into this thing, so then you can then promote it and bring the rest of your people in while they get rich, and you look like a douchebag once they leave and close the doors, and you're left with this piece of shit Vista Miner, which looks nothing like a Raspberry Pi, and it'll be a nice paperweight. So that's just my opinion. Sorry, it's jaded. You know, those people at Vista, again, you know, feel free to reach out to me and contact me, and tell me your stories not bullshit. You're just selling nothing but, you know, garbage. And I would never buy into this. And I'll ask you questions and pull apart your old business model to show you that, you know, you're just out there to deceive people on some shady kind of. I mean, when I saw this site, I just knew straight away in the first couple of minutes that this is just nothing but just hot water, right? And then again, this is just my opinion. But then again, I was saying this stuff about BitConnect, right? I said this stuff about BitConnect, and I said to people about BitConnect July 2016. I said, do not join this. This is a scam, right? And people didn't believe me. People were like, oh, you know, you're nothing but a hater. I'm making money. It's not a scam because I'm making money. I said, don't invest in it. They're gonna leave. They're gonna shut down. People didn't listen. So that's what I'm telling you this. Now, I'm not saying this is an outright scam. I'm just saying that it's just really shady, right? They don't want to publish. If they were just completely transparent about their business, they would do what Bitmain does. And again, Bitmain's know from their business activities what they've done lately of screw the Monero people. But they're in the business of selling machines. But whatever they publish, right, here are the specs of what you're going to get, right? When they're trying to sell this, and it's just nothing but rubbish, because they're, you know, I need to see the specs of this machine before I buy it. And there's nothing on this that says anything about how much this particular machine could possibly generate per day. That's all I want to know, and they're not willing to publish this. So that tells me that it's just all shady. And that's the biggest red flag up there, straight up, right up front, right? So you only need one red flag to go like, well, hang on a second, you know, hey, you know, if it looks like a bird, it's got wings, it's got a beak, it flies, it's probably a bird, right? I mean, that's where you have to draw the line in the sand, right? And go, that's interesting, you know, but people will still invest in it, right? Just like there's people that invested into BitConnect. So these clowns here are promising like 2-point-something% per day. This is what I've researched. 2-point-something% per day. Now with BitConnect, right, they were promising 1% per day, and people were reinvesting. So if you put in 10 grand into that machine, into that business, you'd have $5 billion at the end of 3 years. These clowns here are offering 2.5% per day. So what does that tell you? It tells you that these guys have got probably 6 months, either before SEC shuts them down, right? Because they've got a American address here, right? Which someone should alert SEC about these guys straight away, or you know, they're just paying, taking the money that they're coming in, because 2.5% per day is not sustainable. All right. So anyway, that's my take on it. I would stay well away from this. It's just don't miss this incredible ground floor opportunity. If I had $1 for every time I saw that, you know, I would probably be a millionaire again. Don't miss this ground floor opportunity. Wow, it's incredible. I just don't want to miss it. So I mean, I'm not even angry about this. I'm just laughing. Because I'm thinking, are these people, do they just want to, hey, Ennis, hey, Crypto, Rocker, hey, Ivan, hi, Daniel. I mean, I'm not saying it's a straight out scam. I'm just saying that whatever they're selling is nothing but hot air, and they're just trying to sell you. Well, let's just say the exchange works. You know, they're internal exchange, centralized, so then you can swap your Vista to, you know, for BTC or Ethereum, which has real value, right? You know, the Vista, who they'll claim to say it's worth this much, you know, same with BitConnect. You know, they had a centralized exchange, and they actually named the, you know, they gave the coin a value, which is that's illegal. So let's just say this works. They have mining, just to say they have real mining, right? Which they'll probably take the proceeds from this mini mine and buy real commercial grade equipment from real manufacturers and buy machines like this, instead of the bullshit little gimmicky, you know, Raspberry Pi that they're selling you for $1,400 or whatever. You know, whatever it is, it's all garbage anyway. So that's maybe how they're able to make those repayments. They get you to buy this little thing, gimmicky kind of a mini miner thing. Right, and then you get returns. They take that money and then they buy real equipment. But look, at the end of the day, however they frame it, the SEC will find out about them, and however their legal team is trying to get around this, right? If these guys are based in Australia, they're going to get around. They're going to sorry, in America, the SEC will come up after them. See, the RPM Vista is building the first mining farm in downtown Glendale. The facility will host 800 machines, a secure bank. Okay. So why you want to sell? If you've got that, if you're going to build a real mining farm with real equipment, why are you selling this little piece of shit little miner which does nothing, which probably make you 1 cent a day? Is that fraud, or is that selling stuff knowing that it's worth nothing? I don't know. I mean, to me that sounds like a scam. But anyway. So anyway, do your due diligence on it. I mean, you don't have to believe me. The future. I can't wait till the future. Let's go see the future. Wow, I'm so excited. I can't wait to the future with Vista. And they start with Bitcoin offers something groundbreaking. Honestly, the amount of garbage that I see online, I shouldn't even be like, you know, the amount of stuff, it's all the same shit, guys. It's just something that's all wrapped in something that looks good, right, to sell. People want to be sold the dream, so they'll wrap it up and give them the dream. They'll just need enough gullible people to buy into it. So yeah, I mean, you know, I get these. I'll put this video out and I'll get flack from it. You know, I put the video out in BitConnect and I got flack from it, but I didn't lose ounces of sleep. And then when that went down, I was like, I was just like jumping for the moon, because I was like, you know what, that was a good call, you know, and many other people called it as well, and no one went back to them and apologized. Hey Lou, David, what's going on? Yeah, I just shake my head, guys. I just shake my head when, you know, it's because people want to be sold a dream. That's what people want, right? And these people out here will then package something up so then it'll look like your answer to the dream. And they'll sell you this stuff so you can hand over your money to them. People want that. You know, all you need to do, it's easy. All you need to do is just hand over your money, right? They won't be transparent or uh, show you, you know, exactly what you're buying. You know, they'll just show you. They'll just be shady about it. You know. So people want to be sold the dream online, and it's usually the gullible people that buy into this stuff. You know, that bought into BitConnect. You know, like there was obvious scam from the beginning, but people, they're so desperate that they believe it. You know what I mean? They'll believe it, and then when you tell them, hey, it's a scam, it's like you're crushing their dreams. You know, so I think the thing with this one is, I think the big giveaway is network, Vista Network. So that, just the name itself screams MLM, right? Now, if you're into MLM, fine. You know, that's your thing. You like MLM. You like recruiting. You like recruiting people so then you can make money. That's fine. I mean, you know, that's your thing, right? But just know what you're getting into, because you know they're gonna ask people to buy this useless piece of crap. It's not worth anything, and you know you're bringing people into this company. You know, who are these people? There's nothing. You know, let's go to contact. Let's just see if there's I want to know who the F is running this crap. All right, so yeah, give me a contact form. I mean, maybe I got to sign up as a member. Maybe I'm not the right page. I don't know. Right? Why choose Vista? Again, you know, I'm just probably overcritical on this. Right? But who's running this freaking show? Show me who's. Don't give me some bullshit about, you know, growth potential, digital diversification, reliability. Throw these words at me. Show me who's behind this freaking operation, right? And show me what this machine can do. Show me stats. Show me the hash power. Don't tippy-toe around bullshit around it. Show me the hash power this little, looks like a little pocket calculator can do. Show me the stats. Show me the money. $1,400. If I'm going to give you $1,400, introductory offer. So I should be like, wow, this is an introductory offer. I'm so lucky to be getting at the introductory offer. Right? Okay, fair enough. I'm one of those lucky people that get at the introductory offer. Right? Of $14.99. It looks like to me there's $1,495 there. It doesn't look like $1.49. $1.49. Right? So I'll give you my $1,400.95. Show me some freaking stats. I want to see some stats. What is this hash power thing? What's the hash rate? Show me the hash rate. Because if you tell me the hash rate, then I can show you what this piece of shit thing can do. Right? But until you show me the hash rate, I'm sorry, you don't get my $14.95. All right? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're selling me a little Raspberry Pi. Which let's just go to eBay. Let's just see what this Raspberry Pi can do. Right? Let's go to ebay.com, type in Raspberry Pi. Wow, look at that. Let's go here. There you go. Wow, there's a Raspberry Pi I can buy for $89.95. And it even comes with preloaded games. All right. This one doesn't come with games. This is $89. This is, I don't know about you, but it looks like similar to the same thing as me, right? There you go. Whoa, hang on a second. Oh, this is the complete set. I get the games. I get the whole system, the Raspberry Pi. I get the whole kit. All the adapters, 2 consoles, a whole, everything. And these guys only want $38. Whereas these clowns, they want to sell to me for $1,495. Right? So they probably just see it looks similar to me. I don't know. I don't know about you, but does that look similar to me to you? Right? This Raspberry Pi here, and then you look at this. I don't know about you, but it looks similar to me. So for those of you that don't know what a Raspberry Pi is, like a little computer that does special computing, and you don't need like a you don't need like a Windows system to run it. It's like a computer within that whole little chipset, and you basically don't need a computer to run it. It is the computer itself, right in that little. And this thing's only the size of a wallet. All right, it's only the size of a wallet or the size of a pocket calculator. That's how big these things are. All right, so that's what these guys are trying to sell you. I don't know about you, but it looks similar to me. I mean, am I right or right? Am I wrong? So, I don't know. I reckon that these guys are just full of shit, and they're just trying to sell you some Raspberry Pi, which they can get off eBay for $38. But then again, you know, they're probably buying it off the manufacturer that they claim they're getting off Bitmain. So they're probably buying these things for $5 each. You know? And they're selling it to you at a hyperinflated price, and probably using those profits to buy the real machines, which they intend to open up a mining farm. So why bullshit people and say and do this, right? Why don't you just say, hey, look, you know, here's a $14.95 package, and this is what you're going to get. This is the hash rate, and this is what you're going to return, right? The reason why they're doing this is because they want to tippy toe around the SEC, all right? Because what they're running is not a legit operation, all right? So, you know, just another red flag. I mean, it just sounds questionable, right? These guys could be legit. I don't know, but it just sounds questionable the way they're going about it. All right, so I'm just saying, watch this video here, right? This is a good video. This guy breaks it down fairly, you know, and this is what really kind of gets under my skin when I see this sort of nonsense and rubbish that I see online. And then I'm saying these guys are just trying to sell you nothing but garbage, and people are going to buy into this. Unfortunately, people are going to buy into this stuff, and there's going to be people that are going to lose their money. Hey, Sakat, how you guys going? You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. So my video, it's not going to mean a damn thing. You know, I can make this video and it might get 300 views, whatever, 400 views. But if there's money to be made and people think that it could actually work, they're going to buy into it. They're going to spend $1,495. They're not going to look back at my video and go, oh yeah, NG Gavin did a video about it. Nah, I reckon this thing's legit, right? Just like I made a video on BitConnect. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what do, right? All you can do is educate people. Hopefully people will listen, not fall for this rubbish. But again, unfortunately, people will, you know, and that's the thing. People will. They're so desperate to make money that they'll just take the easy way out, and then instead of, you know, things aren't easy, guys. If it was easy, everyone would be drive around Lamborghinis. The reason why only a certain amount of people drive around in Lamborghinis is, one, they only make certain models, right? You know, they only make 500 of each model of a certain limited edition model, right? I mean, Lamborghini can only punch out so many cars out of their factory a day. You know what I mean? So that's why they have no problem selling these things for 500,000 each. They always sell out. Every time they bring a new model, they always sell out because their factory can only put out so much. So that kind of, you know, cuts it down to, you know, only the people that can afford it, and the people that are driving it obviously have to have the brass to buy it, and that's why everyone's not driving around in a Lamborghini. If it was that easy, everyone would be driving around a Lamborghini, but it's not. It's not easy, right? So that's why it is. That's what it is. So here's what you got to ask yourself. If you think it's easy to become rich, yeah, you might fluke it. You might buy a lotto ticket, or you might buy Bitcoin at, you know, $3. Yeah, but that rarely happens. It won't happen to individuals. It's not a business model. It's not duplicatable, right? So if it was so easy, then everyone would be rich. But, you know, so the things that you want that you want to get, that you want to obtain, are not easy, right? They're not easy. So understand that, get over it, and say, hey, if I'm gonna, it's gonna take effort. You're gonna have to really focus on this thing to make the money. You know, you're gonna have to change the way you think. You know, all this sort of stuff, right? It's gonna take effort, and that's just the way it is. So, now that you know that anything that it's going to take, anything of any worth, it's going to take a lot of energy and a lot of effort on your part. So once you understand that, just know that just tackle and go after these opportunities that come your way, and go 100% at it, because it's going to take a lot of work to get to the top or to get that desired income. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. So just do the work. Is what I'm saying. You know that it's going to take a lot of effort to get that Lamborghini. If that's what you want, then go out and do the work. Go out and just put the work in. Don't join these scam programs because these people are just selling you nothing but bullshit. And it's only going to end one way. Just as it ended with BitConnect, in one way. All right? After I continually warned people. Right? And I used to be in this space, guys. I've stepped away from this space because I'm just sick and tired of just seeing all this bullshit that I just see over and over again. Hey Ram, and it's just cookie cutter, just over and over. There's this other program I showed you the other day, CWE, right? Now I'm not saying it's a scam, but I just think it's just nothing but just smoking mirrors. All right, I did a YouTube thing on this the other day, live stream on this 2 or 3 days ago. It's just nothing. It's just the same thing over and over again. All right? They need gullible people to join, and 6 months later they've gone. Right? So that's the deal with it. Sorry to drag this on, but in my opinion, I would just stay away from this sort of stuff. It's just just stay away from it. What I was saying was this huge drop in Ethereum, okay, and partly because it's hasn't been this low for a long time. It was like 1,200, 900, but even Bitcoin was down. It wasn't down this much. It was always like 600, 700. But now it's like, it's 542. I mean, it could even drop below 500 to 400. And the reason why I think that this is happening, or not all the reason, but part of the reason they're contributing to this, is because these ICOs, they're probably raising this Ethereum. The price of Ethereum is dropping. So they're like, man, we can't afford to lose. We raised $30 million when Ethereum was $1,200. Now the price of Ethereum has dropped, so now we only raised $15 million. So they're exiting, right? They're selling their Ethereum off. They're selling from Ethereum to fiat, to USD, to try to save some of their Ethereum. And that's what you're getting. You got $2 billion spent on ICOs every month. Then you've got how many ICOs? 200 ICOs a month or whatever. Then this has been happening for like the last 12 months, even longer, with ICOs. So we've got a lot of ICOs that have raised a lot of money, and now with this crypto winter, and we're seeing Bitcoin go up and down, but generally it's sort of been down below 10K. These guys are like, man, we need to sell some of our Ethereum, and I think that this is why part of the reason why Ethereum's is dumped. They're dumping, they're exiting. Obviously, they're selling off from Ethereum to USD to try to salvage some of their money that they've raised. And then when you've got many ICOs doing the same thing, because it's basically Ethereum. Most of the money raised is Ethereum. Then there's like Bitcoin and Neo. But the most of it is Ethereum. So yeah, we're seeing this huge offload of Ethereum fit, and yeah, that can be a troublesome. It can be alarming at at times if this is going to happen. But anyway, it's food for thought. Let's just go back here. I think Litecoin will be about 2,000. Um, yeah, I think Litecoin will be about 2,000 at the end of the year. Um, either side of 2,000. It could be less than 2,000. Could be close to 2,000, or be like over 2,000. But I reckon about the 2,000 mark. That's what I think Litecoin will be. But then again, it could be wrong. It could be only 1,200. I mean, I'm not gonna try. Don't get me wrong. Like Litecoin's like what's Litecoin now? It's 170. 166. So I was up to 170 earlier today. So it's 166. I mean, if this thing goes to 1,000 plus 1,200, I'm not gonna be like, oh damn, it only got like 1,200 or 1,000. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, right now I hold the most of my crypto is in Litecoin. So even at 10x's this year, I'm not gonna be unhappy. Where can you get a 10x? Think about it. If you got 100 grand's worth of Litecoin and a 10x's, there's $1 million. I'm not gonna be like, oh damn, Litecoin's only 1,200. I wanted to get to 2,000. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll be happy. I'm gonna be very happy. So I think Litecoin can, if it gets to even 1,000, I'll be happy, because it's 166 now. But I think it'll get to either side of 2,000. It's just my opinion, but again, I could be wrong. Cliff High said it's going to get to 4 figures. That's what Cliff High said. So 4 figures is 999 is 3 figures. 4 figures is 1,000. At the very least, it'll be 1,000. That's 4 figures, at the very least. So that's what Cliff High said. Hey, Jazzman, what's going on, man? Let's just go to. Cool. How's it going, Lou? Yeah. So yesterday I did a right to the end of my live stream yesterday. I gave right to the end. I gave away $50 worth of Litecoin, and Lemuel. Lemuel. I'm not even sure if that is the right pronunciation. Lemuel. Yeah. So they won $50 worth of Litecoin right at the end. What did I do? Yeah, this one here. So my lunch cost me $51, or actually $53. So sometimes it pays to stick around right to the end. Hey James, how you going, mate? I'm glad you're at South Korea, not North Korea. Lem. Oh, okay, Lem. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, it's a lot easier. Lem. So that's it. Snake oil sales are bullshit artists. Yeah, I'm just a guy that's online, that's done a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty much pissed off at the whole. To be honest, this make money online space. Most of it, like 99% of it's just nothing but bullshit, right? That's the honest truth. And I've been in this space for 9+ years, 10 years. I want to tell you now, 99% of this stuff that's online, I'm talking programs, it's just all nothing but bullshit. That's the truth. And I'm just a dude that I just got sick and tired of just seeing these people getting burned, and I'm building teams out, and I put a lot of effort into it, and then the programs fail, and I see people losing money. I could make money, but people that I was bringing into the programs were losing money, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. And I'm just calling out programs basically now that I see that I think that based on my experience over the last 9, 10 years, what I think are just potential red flags or just questionable, I'm going to tell people. That's basically how it goes. You're looking to the abyss. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just me and my voicing my opinion, because there's people out there that haven't been around and they're gullible to this stuff. I mean, they just don't know. They don't know what they don't know. So, they'll be sold a dream by these people and promising everything just to get your money. But as soon as those people change from Bitcoin to BCC, that's it. You lost. You lost. You know what I mean? Why trade something that's worth value to some bullshit BCC, which they'll give a value, or what they say that they'll give a value to it. There's no real value. It's just what they say it's worth, and people believe it. So it was just a big lie, and people believed it until what Warren Buffett said. It says Warren Buffett said that its intrinsic value will always come to the surface, or something along those lines. In other words, its real value, or its organic value, or what it really represents will always, the layers will come off, and what it's really will be exposed, and what it's really worth is what it'll be really worth at the end of the day. What it's really worth, if it has value, then that value will appear. If it's nothing but bullshit, then that bullshit will appear. Right? What it's really value, what it's real. If it's just something that's been dressed up and hyped up to be something that it's not, and it's nothing but just bullshit, that's going to appear soon after. That's what's going to appear, and that's what Warren Buffett said. The organic, or the real value, or the organic value of it is going to appear. Always rises to the surface, and he's exactly right. So I just try to warn people so then they don't have to get to that point. People can listen, people can know. But what I do with my peeps, I just try to do the best thing that I can with my peeps, and some people will follow me and some people won't. But at the end of the day, if you want to be around and you want to be around as long as I have, you can't bullshit people, right? Because people are getting wiser. After a few scams, they'll figure it out. And if you just go around promoting these scams, you're going to be known as that person, as that guy, that girl that promoted XYZ. You won't last long in this space, right? So if you want to be these guys that, take all the money and raise millions of dollars and they disappear, you never see them again, right? But they won't come back because they know that, or they'll come back, in a couple of years' time when there's a new crowd. But the old people remember. So that's pretty much it. Kind of blabbered on a little bit today, and sorry about the I guess the negative title. But I try to warn people, and I was talking to this one guy, and he's like messaging me saying, "Oh, this is the latest and greatest," and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, do you know who you're talking to?" And he's like, "Oh no, yeah, these guys are legit." I'm like, "Dude, do you even know their history?" So he's trying to tell me, "Oh, he's 60 years old or whatever, how years old he's, he's been MLM for 20 years. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you've been in that space long, you should know who the F these people are. oh no, and they're all kissing his ass and saying all this. And I'm just looking at this program. I'm like, dude, I would not associate yourself with these people, right? I'm talking about CWE. These people are they're just there to make money off your back. You're just nothing but a pawn. And if they raise millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, or whatever, not even 100 million, but look what happened to MAP, $68 million. That's just like, whatever happened to that money? The people that owned it got rich. But what happened to the rest of everyone else? The thousands of people that were in MAP, what happened to their money? What litigation was there? What's going to happen with BitConnect? People that lost their money. Class action lawsuit of like 10 people that went into BitConnect and they put in 700 and something thousand. I'm like, you idiots. Now you want to sue them for you being a dumbass and putting the money in the first place into... this is what amazes me. So, anyway, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to do you a favor. Oh, no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. Just don't contact me about this program. I don't want to know. I know these people's backgrounds. I know that I've been in programs with them. It's the same record getting played, right? And you're the one getting played. I'm not going to get played because I'm not going to associate my name to these shady programs. So let's just see how long CWE lasts. The people at the top will make the money. The real owners will make millions of dollars, and the people that come in at the bottom will be the ones that are paying for their yachts and paying for their penthouses in condos in Monaco. I think the minimum penthouse in Monaco is like $40 million or something. Some stupid amount of money, but anyway, not that I could ever afford one, but that's what I'm saying. When is enough is enough? I just don't get it. When you can help with that money, you can help a lot. Anyway. So anyway, guys, I'll stop blubbering. Pretty much, Bitcoin up and down. Just ride it out. And we were 9,000 today, so it was kind of positive in the morning. It's gone back down a little bit. It's all good. Just ride it out, guys. Just keep hodling. It's going to come good. Sooner or later, it's going to come good, okay? Just keep hodling. Don't sell you that shit. Don't sell it. Just keep on hodling. And then once Bitcoin, as soon as it goes like 10 grand, 10 grand, 10.5 grand, you watch your altcoins. They're just going to go, everything's going to go green. We saw it this morning. Bitcoin got up to 9,100, 250 or something, or 9,150. Right, and everything on my Delta app was like green. So imagine when Bitcoin gets back up to 12,000, breaks through 12, gets to 13, drops back a little bit, then goes back up and keeps on going up and up. It's going to take some time. Watch your altcoins, watch the rest of your portfolio. It's just going to go up, right? So just hodl that shit. Don't sell. All right. So with that said, thanks for listening to me. I know I ranted a little bit today, but sometimes I got to do these rants so then people will know what's out there and know what's nothing but just horse shit, and then they can at least do their due diligence on it. And they can just look back on this video and go, hang on a second, this program that I was looking at, this is the one that Gavin did a video on it, So maybe I might have to do more research into it, or I think I'll just pass because Gavin did a review on it and he thought it was nothing but just it was questionable. So I'll just move on, right? I don't need to deal with questionable programs or programs that are just there's any type of question it's asking or anything that doesn't look legit or just shady, or they're just withdrawing information, or they're just not being upfront or transparent, just pass on it, guys. All right, just pass on it. Move on to the next one. Don't even go in there. Don't even play that game. There's many other programs that'll pop up, and there's many other ICOs that'll pop up. So don't even go there. right? So with that said, thanks for putting up with me today. Appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys soon.